Hello, beautiful people. How are y'all feeling today? I hope you guys are feeling fantastic. Today, we're doing the energy reading for the week of December 14th. You guys, buckle your seatbelts. It's going to be a wild ride. We've got a lot of stuff going on this week, so stay tuned as we dive right into it. We are kicking off this week with some very fiery energy with the new moon solar eclipse in Sagittarius on Monday, December 14th, and Mercury is in Sagittarius as well. So we have Sun, Moon, and Mercury in Sagittarius, and we are also trining Mars in Aries. So we've got a lot of fiery, hot-headed energy going on right now, guys. And if you guys want to learn more about this new moon solar eclipse in Sag, I will be linking it somewhere up here. So to touch briefly on this new moon in Sagittarius solar eclipse, we are going to be really looking at where we are expanding, right? There's going to be a lot of conversation surrounding very cerebral concepts here about expansion of knowledge, venturing into the unknown, adventure, travel, all these beautiful things, right? And with Mars and Aries trining these aspects, we are also going to be discussing how we can be taking action in these areas of our lives. We have Venus joining the Sagittarius party on Tuesday, December 15th. So here we are going to be looking at how we want to move forward in relationships, how we want to expand how we show up in relationships. How is the way in which we participate in relationships with others expanding? How is that evolving? Two of Wands, love it. As you guys know, everything that's going on this week is really building up to the winter solstice that is on December 21st. So we are really heading into some interesting energy going on. The magnetic shield around the Earth will be the thinnest at this point. So we are receiving this huge influx of light energy. Are you guys ready for it? Because I know I sure am. This last week has been quite heavy with the purging of a lot of energies, and this has a lot to do with Saturn and Jupiter ending their transits in Capricorn and moving into Aquarius. The age of Aquarius is here. So Saturn, the planet of restriction, will be ending its time in Capricorn. He has had a 3-year cycle in Capricorn and will be moving into Aquarius Wednesday, December 16th. So with Saturn in Aquarius, we will really be focusing on how we can create structure around humanitarian values. How can we redirect our focus to the community, to being innovative with our resources, right? Rather than having this kind of very goal-driven, competition-based focus that was happening while Saturn was in Capricorn. We have Jupiter also moving into Aquarius on Saturday, December 19th, ending his 20-year cycle in Capricorn. With Jupiter being the planet of expansion, we are going to be expanding how we create community, right? This is such a beautiful time for mankind right now, for human history, and we are really evolving to become more community focused and less competition based, and the focus will now be on collaboration. Starting Thursday, December 17th, we will have Uranus in Taurus squaring Saturn in Aquarius. So what's happening here is that 5 of Wands, ooh, this card's been popping up lately. We'll get to it, don't worry guys. So this aspect of Saturn squaring Uranus is really going to bring into question how we are choosing to challenge ourselves creatively, as well as what obstacles we are experiencing creatively. So the conversation happening here is Saturn is very much about self-discipline and structure, and Uranus is very much about revolution and change. So we're going to be experiencing some friction in these areas. 6 of Pentacles, And a lot of what's being called into conversation right now is how we are choosing to bring our creativity into the world. How are we expressing ourselves? How can we use this creativity in order to fuel this revolution and change that is being initiated by Uranus? And how can we use this creativity as a way to bring the community closer together? Three of Swords. Okay, we'll talk about that too. And then once Jupiter moves into Aquarius on Saturday, December 19th, he will also be squaring Uranus. Two of Cups, love it. So what we'll be exploring with the Jupiter-Uranus square is how aspects of our childhood now influence our professional lives. So where do you feel like you are being restricted? Where do you feel like your professional development, how you choose to bring your gifts into the world, how is that being affected by your childhood? What limiting beliefs do you still hold surrounding that, and how you can create financial abundance and freedom? What traumas do we still need to work through? This is a major theme for this solar eclipse as well. So we'll be talking through a little bit of how to release some of that childhood trauma that is currently blocking us. All right, guys, let's get right into this reading. And right before we do that, let's all take a deep breath together. Inhale and let it all go. Excellent. And let's take some time to radiate some love to each other. I'm sending all my love to you. All right, guys, so the first card that we're kicking this off with is the Two of Wands, and this is so perfect for all the transits that are happening this week. This is a very fiery, visionary energy that we have right here. The Suit of Wands being tied to the element of fire, so divine creativity, inspiration, action in the world, how we choose to participate and show up in the world. So here we are really exploring, okay, what is my vision for my future? What kind of future do I want to create? What is my focus? Right? So let's explore, take some time to explore what your vision for this upcoming year is. Yes, I know 2020 has been very heavy. We have been doing a lot of energetic purging, a lot of energetic cleansing so far this year. And you guys, we are doing an amazing job. All right. A lot of us are starting to get worn down and feel really overwhelmed by the weight of what's going on with the collective right now. And that's okay. It is all leading us towards something greater. How we choose to embrace that or not is our responsibility and our freedom of choice here. So we get to choose, right? We get to decide where it is that we want to direct our focus to next. We can choose to fixate on the fear. We can choose to wallow in the anxiety and the overwhelm, right? And sometimes, yes, we are going to feel these things, right? Let's not invalidate ourselves and our emotional experiences. And then once we have experienced those things and we've taken the time to reflect, we've taken the time to do the releasing work, to integrate the shadow and heal those traumas, right? Then we can choose to step into a higher vibration and really elevate our frequency and start to look forward to the future. What are we building, right? Where are we trying to go next? This is very reflective of that Sagittarian energy of, all right, I am voyaging out there. I am going to get things done. I'm going to go on an adventure and decide where I want to be in the future. Now, naturally, expansion is going to come with some conflict. And that is okay too. So we have the Five of Wands here right now. And as you can tell from the imagery, we definitely have some conflict approaching, whether that's internal conflict within yourselves or with people in the external world. So the Five of Wands, in its highest potential, is conflict for the purpose of expansion, for the purpose of developing deeper intimacy and clarity. Conflict is so essential for growth, and so many of us now are so conflict averse, and that's partly due to the unhealthy relationship dynamics that most of us participate in, right? We were never taught how to have healthy, productive conflict, and that's okay. Now that we're adults, we can choose how to move forward and to communicate and resolve conflict in a productive, safe, and loving manner. Now, it is up to us to discern, is this conflict truly helping me? Or is this a time where I need to pick my battles and be discerning about where and how I'm choosing to expend my precious energy, right? That is one of our most precious resources, is our time and our energy. So are you picking battles over social media that really have no relevance in the here and now and aren't gonna really get you anywhere? Or are we choosing to engage in productive conflict, setting boundaries, defining what truly matters to us? And the next card we have is the Six of Pentacles. What were we just talking about with Saturn and Jupiter entering Aquarius and the collective entering the age of Aquarius, right? This is such a beautiful card. It is all about generosity and sharing our resources and collaboration. So this is very much what we are moving towards, and it comes after some productive conflict. So if you are feeling heavy with the collective energy that is going on right now, take refuge in that this conflict is leading us towards the future of collaboration and cooperation, right? This is such a beautiful thing that we're working towards right now. We've all experienced conflict, right, with a loved one, and maybe it felt really terrible in the moment and it was really awful and we just wanted it to end, right? That's kind of what we're going through collectively with what's going on with humanity right now. However, afterwards, it is an invitation for a greater opening, for a greater opportunity to be vulnerable, to share your heart, to share your mission and your purpose, and to create deeper levels of intimacy, connection, and collaboration. This is what we are really working towards and the focus of the energetic work that we'll be doing this week. And with this energetic work, we have the Three of Swords. So we need to do some deep purging, right? Let's all take a moment, right, to go internally and to really feel what it is that we are feeling right now. What emotions are coming up for you right now? What pain do we need to let go of and release? What burdens can we allow to fall away and choose to not carry with us into the future? What do we still need to heal? What do we need to forgive still within ourselves? We've all been through trauma. We've all been through heartache. We've all experienced pain. This is all a part of the beautiful, messy human condition, right? And all these things are leading us towards a greater opening of the heart space, a greater opportunity for connection from the heart rather than from the ego mind. I don't know about you guys, but last week I was really feeling it. You know, all the feels, ugly crying, all the above, right? So that's okay. Whatever past hurts you are still holding onto in your heart center, this is being given an amazing opportunity to be released right now, especially with the solar eclipse going on, being focused on releasing. Let's take some time and really dive into what we no longer wish to carry with us and give that an opportunity to breathe and to heal and to allow ourselves to feel lifted as the weight falls away for us. And when we can do these things, look at what we are presented with. The Two of Cups, connection, intimacy, romance, creativity, all these beautiful things are being offered to us. We need to choose to let go of these old ways of doing things, right? These trauma bonds, these ways that we hurt each other, hurt ourselves. We are all one. We are all interconnected. And this age of Aquarius is going to be teaching us this in a very big way. We can't hurt someone else without hurting ourselves. And we can't hurt ourselves without hurting everyone else. Let that sink in for a moment, guys. So when we can move away from this illusion of separation, yes, we are all individuals. Yes, we are all unique. And we are all connected. When we move away from this trauma bonding and this constant wounding of each other, we are being presented with such a beautiful gift. Are you going to open your heart to receive all this light, love, and abundance the universe is offering to you? Because it is your choice. And how we stop this cycle of pain is to heal these wounds within ourselves so that we are no longer passing them on to each other, no longer passing them on to the people that we encounter on a daily basis, and we're no longer passing them down to our children and the younger generations. Instead, we move forward into this beautiful space of cooperation, collaboration, of sharing. Sharing is caring. So take some time to reflect on the types of relationships that you truly want. Get clear with yourselves as to what your needs are, what your desires are, and where your boundaries lie. That way, we can collectively create safe, loving, and harmonious relationships with each other. I'm going to be closing out this reading with one final card from my Crystal Wisdom Healing Oracle deck, gifted to me by a very special person in my life. So let's see what divine guidance spirit has got for us today. And the crystal that we're working with this week is apatite. Y'all got an appetite for learning? Because I sure do. So apatite is a very healing crystal that we are working with here, and the theme of this card is all about acceptance. So what we are working with here is the acceptance of the self, acceptance of all that has come to pass, right? Making peace with the past versions of ourselves that we chose to be in order to survive. And once we find this loving kindness and acceptance for ourselves, we can rise into our most empowered versions and move forward into the future with aligned clarity and focus. So when we are working with this energy, we are clearing away any confusion, any doubt we might have, any guilt or shame that still resides within us. And when we do that, we can discern more clearly what is working for us in our lives and what is no longer working. And from that space, with that clarity, we can choose to clear out space for what is no longer serving us, so that we can open the space to welcome in all the blessings the universe wants to gift us with, right? So take some time for yourselves this week and really decide for yourselves, how is my life working for me? How is it not working for me? And then we can choose to move accordingly and take action from there. And this beautiful crystal is also reminding us of how we can be of service. How can we show up fully? What does that look like for us? What would feel good for us to do if we never got paid a dime to do it? Whatever the answer to these questions are, that is your next focus, guys. With this acceptance, we accept everything, the shadow, the light, everything in between that we are, and we accept the truth and realities that surround us. And when we can do this, we become safe in our ability to shine our light, to shine our authenticity, to really turn up the brightness on your gifts. We all have so much to share with the world. Everyone comes into this incarnation with gifts, with medicine for someone. And it is up to us whether or not we choose to rise to the occasion. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. I hope this reading served you well. If it did, don't be afraid to hit the like button, hit that subscribe button. I'm offering Pay What You Can coaching sessions through the end of 2020. If you want to dive a little deeper with a coaching session or book a tarot reading for some deeper insight, hit me up on Instagram at LotusCoaching13. Have a beautiful rest of your week.